This is Justin Amazon for Tuesday, June 19th, 2018, and it is after midnight. Sorry about that. Looking at the pre-market from the day and putting in a bit of a base in this area. I had some lows down here below 1700, so if anyone was trading pre-market, 1700 is a place to buy. That a little bit above that was placed by yesterday. During the market was placed by yesterday. Down here, I think a few videos back I mentioned if it comes down to 1700, that's a good place to buy. I don't remember which one, I'm sorry. But it put in a nice low here at 1705 and then a nice here at 1711, and we'll see if we're somewhat range bound like it looked like we'd set up yesterday if this kind of thing continues, and we'll step into the day. We'll say this is a really nice rally and then a pause or a bit of a flag here, and with the market about to open, it's possible that this could continue higher and break out, similar to a bullish move like we had yesterday up into this resistance. So we'll see what happens. We get a bullish open, just like this being a flag, comes right up into that level. Now, just like yesterday, we don't want to short it right here because it didn't work. Just like the day before, had you shorted right here, would have made a couple dollars and then probably would have been stopped out into the close. So we're not going to buy right here, not going to sell right here. We're going to see what it's going to do to interact with that value. And it continues moving up. Okay, there was an upper wick. That's a good indication that now we've retested, like this level from yesterday and the highs from the day before. We're right up into that area. We'll see if we come up a little bit higher, but that's good. 1718 is a good place to see a reversal. This is a bearish move, gapping below the majority of yesterday's candle, but still opening within it, and but a little more bearish sentiment with some of the selling here and getting below this upper base, even getting below this level from the day before, and obviously just our price at 1450. So if anybody was shorting, it gave you two opportunities on these candles up here to short it, most likely the second one, but the highs on these are 4 cents apart, so that is a tweezer-ish candle pair. And actually this would be a great candle to go short below it, because you've taken out anybody who bought. You're reversing with an evening star. You got this resistance. This is actually a good place. 1713 by 1718 would be a good place to short that. So it's a $5 risk, and low of the day is only an R. You'd want to get it back down to the pre-market lows around 1700, and to make it worth a while to do that. So we'll continue on. Would have triggered in there and then came down and put in a new low on the day. Check out this one. If you got out for an R, great. That's a great trade. If you're still holding, tighten up that stop and just trailing out. We do have this level right here at 1705 coming in next, and we actually get down there and beyond that. This actually would have moved, so 1713, this would have made 2R on that kind of a bearish move with that candle pair rejecting this resistance. And now we've actually made a low on the daily. We've taken out the low here. And this is a really nice move in 15 minutes. This is definitely people selling, locking in profits, and a lot of people doing that selling. But we are nowhere near the volume that we saw like Friday with all the options expiration activity. Yesterday didn't have the high volume. Today we don't have the high volume, but we do have a increasing volume as the day is kind of going forward, and that's an indication that there's more confidence to sell up here. People looking for this to just fall out of the sky. So even though we came down almost to 1700 based on yesterday's pre-market, yesterday's candle low here on the 5-minute, some people are buying here. Same people who bought here between 1702.56 and 1704.10. People were buying there, and maybe throughout the candle, just with the lower wick here, you see some more buying. With this lower wick, you see some more buying, and it just kind of picks up from there, goes up, gets sold back down where people are looking to sell it who missed it the first time up here, and someone did a good job of doing that, because in the same candle they got in, move the cursor. High there is 1709.40. Somebody shorted it at 1709 or sold their position at 1709, and if somebody's shorting it here, then they waited for a retest of the pre-market flag here. That continued higher. That's what you want to see. Then it broke down below that flag, below the low. This consolidation retested back up into this range, and this could totally just roll over and follow this guy. And it actually puts in somewhat of an inside candle, but slightly lower low and lower high. And then this candle, slightly higher high and higher low. So just some stair step here for 20 minutes on some really large candles, and still going. Okay, this looks like a rising 3 where it actually is bearish on both bookends here, and looks like it'll continue down. We're looking at the next chart at 1700, nice clean number, and we almost get there again. 1739 cents. So another great place to buy right off the 1700 level. And hopefully if you were in bearish, you've locked in some profits. Maybe you didn't get out right here at 1700, but you're looking for it and you're still trailing. So that's totally entirely possible. Get a little bit of indecision, upper wick, a much more even indecision, high wave candle. And from here, if we're bearish, we want to see it roll down bearish. If we're bullish, we want this thing to start rallying, start moving up and taking out some of these levels. Now remember, just yesterday we put in an all-time high. So it's going to make sense that people are going to sell at this level just because, they are at an all-time high. Everyone's profitable who's bought. So that's what they're doing, just taking some profits. So our volume is back down. We have negative momentum on the squeeze, but we are breaking up bullish. We're taking out some of these stair step candles. This, we had 25 minutes here sideways, started to look like it's breaking down. Another 20 minutes of sideways stair steps here, and then a breakout bullish. But again, we're right at these resistances here on the pre-market and on the open of the day. And then we have an inside candle, and then a continue move higher with an upper wick. Indecision. This was a bearish engulfing, then has a inside bullish candle, and looks like it's moving back up into that resistance. There you go. So this is a great place to short it. Now that it actually rejected one time, we've retested. So this was the quick move, somewhat of a double bottom, a retest into this level, and this should just roll right over. Bearish move, bearish gap, it should just roll right over. And it throws an upper wick. Okay, it can do that. That's all right. It's just rejecting that level. Much smaller candles. Good place to get in bearish. Okay, now we're just stair stepping on it. I wanted to go bearish. We've got another retest back up to this level. This high is 1716.25. This one is 1716.18. It actually made a higher high on the 5 minute. Slightly, but still did it. Okay, maybe this will double top. All right, here's a neckline. We'll take it bearish below that neckline. Okay, double topping. There we go. It broke down there. I want to move down a little further, retest that level, just like a regular head and shoulders. Got below it. Okay, this is the retest. We need to see this break down, this is a great place actually to get in bearish, because this looks like a morning star. You got this resistance here, you got the double top, you got this resistance. It should totally work. So you could be aggressive and put your stop right here, or if less aggressive, way up here. Well, I should say aggressive, get in here with a stop here, medium, not so aggressive, something like that. Stop here and get in. And more conservative, here's your stop up here and still get in, right now in this candle. So some people are shorting on this, or nobody's shorting on this candle because it looks like a shaved top. The high and the close are 3 cents apart, so not too far off, but a few people sold there. Continuing on the day, okay, we actually retested that line. Now we're rejecting it, rolling down. Okay, this is good. We got a really small candle here. I've got a squeeze forming. I can totally just roll over now, go bearish. And instead I stair step, and then I retest again and again. And I'm just not breaking down bearish. So it's, come back to that candle. All three are stair stepping. It's not going lower. The squeeze has formed. It's not breaking down. It's got to break down. If you're already in, this is a good time to move your stop to here, maybe even to here, because if this breaks out, you've got a consolidation here like a triangle. Lower edge here, upper edge, a triangle here. If this breaks out bullish, there's nothing really in this area until you get up to yesterday's range. I mean, we have some of this chop from yesterday, but this kind of consolidation with the squeeze, this could really move. One way or the other, we should hit the low of the day if it breaks down, but we're below this resistance, so this should be a good place to put a stop. If this breaks bullish, then expect it to go to yesterday's high, contend with the all-time high, and a stop right here around 1712, below some of these stair-stepping candles. Maybe if you're a little more conservative, get below 1711, somewhere in here, below this candle. So the next candle breaks out bullish. Small candle. Okay, someone's thinking maybe this isn't really going to go here. Maybe it's just going to get up to here, then roll over. And that's 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 minutes of bullish candles, 50 minutes of buying, and we're right back contending with yesterday's high. Phenomenal move. Anyone who bought this breakout bullish is making money. Anybody who had set up a trade or got in bearish anywhere in here, they're trapped if they're still in it. I'm sure some people were thinking, okay, it's just going to retest there. I'll sell later. Oh, it looks like it moved up. Okay, I should put a stop in right here. And that's some of the people shorting right here. As they shorted earlier in the day, they're shorting right here. Continues up. Okay, those people should be stopped out. No, now it's going to reject, the level here. You're really close to this level with this candle. Oh no, now it's going higher. Man, I really wish I would have sold down here and had a stop in place, but maybe they didn't. And that happens. And so people are trapped, and this just continues up. And now we are contending with the all-time high. It's a really nice small indecision candle after this kind of a move. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to 10 bars is the typical squeeze. That totally works. And okay, we throw a very large upper wick, new all-time high, indecision candle, and we still had a bullish momentum for 9th candle. Even though this is a bearish candle. Didn't slow down enough yet. Okay, now it actually looks like we're going to continue up even more. This candle is a shaved top. The high and the close are identical, and we're only a few cents below this candle. 5 cents below the all-time high. We've got 5 cents. We're 5 cents away from a new all-time high, or tying the all-time high. And oops. Sorry, I think I scrolled. There we go. And it looks like this is a little bit of a pause up here, but could totally continue higher because people will buy the breakout up here. And it's crazy to do it, but it's happening. There's a little bit of a breakout. We're all the way up to 20 cents away from 17.30. And this is, again, a phenomenal move up. Very bullish, great consolidation. Okay, now we got a little bit of a flag here, or a pennant. This is a little bit of a consolidation here, stair stepping for 20 minutes. A little bit of bearishness, or not bearishness, a little bit of momentum dropped, but we're continuing up, making new highs each time. Okay, another inside candle. Okay, this one looks like a rollover. It's pulling back. Oh, look, we pulled back into this very small indecision candle that we broke out bullish. Even from here, this could be a retest. We're right into an exponential moving average. We are right on the high from yesterday. Look at that cursor. It totally lines up with this indecision candle and the highs from yesterday. And this price, it's within this candle. That's a great S-curve. Look at this. It moved up, pulled back into a known resistance. It paused there as resistance yesterday, broke out, and then retested that resistance today. And what happens? It bounces from there and makes another all-time high. 20 minutes later. Phenomenal move. It's almost the end of the day. We'll just move to the end of the day. And it actually closed making an all-time high. The high and the close are 10 cents away from each other on the daily, and it's made a new high of 1736.11. Just a phenomenal move having this breakout. See that S-curve? Look at that S-curve. Wow. Look at that. That's just great. Buying right there on a known level to pull back to. Known resistance broken out and retested. Not only during the day, but actually this level up here after hours. We got right into these candles, and it's just really cool to see that working. Another place you could have bought is seeing this be a bit of a breakdown, and then a rally, and then an S-curve continuation. This could be a Morningstar reversal that just went sideways for a while, and your longer time frame traders within an intraday, maybe if you're on a 15-minute or 30-minute candle chart, hopefully you caught some of this breakout. But if your setup was down here by here, I mean, that's still a great, probably 3-4 hour trade to just hold on to that as it moved up. So there's some things to look at because of this move. At the open, some people were buying here. Let's see if there's any more today. No, just looks like it could make another all-time high. So if we take a look at the daily, we can see this is a bullish engulfing, just like yesterday was a bullish engulfing, and there's not a lot of bearishness on this chart right now. There's a lot of big moves up, a lot of small moves up, and now some big moves up. That makes it not so clear where we're going to get to, but that upper range of 1770 does not seem that far out of reach. We got where we wanted to go on this one. I'm going to try this again. We got where we wanted to go on that. No, that one. Oh, it was there for a split second. I'm trying to get it. I'm going to waste time again like the other day. I just need to get it and then save a screenshot of it so I can just show that instead of trying to manipulate this to highlight. Anyway, 1770 is a great next target on this time frame, and then we'll see beyond that. If we jump over into some calls, the same people were buying this 1725 call yesterday, buying at 8, stop at 7, bought today. Buy at 8, stop at 7, and that would have made easily 3R on that kind of a move right out the gate. That's for your aggressive traders who are watching either on a 1 minute or just have a trade set up that repeats what the previous day did. Didn't quite get a rally up into 16, but still could have bought at 8 and flipped it out at 10, 11, almost 12, for 2 to 3R. So then we roll back down, and so we'll look at puts to see where we came down, see what we did in this area for the puts, and then if someone tried to buy at 8 and stop at 7, they got stopped out. If they did it again, they got stopped out. But if they did it over here, that low is $8, and this one rallied just like yesterday's from 8 up to 16, from 8 up to 16. And that's where it paused. and then it pulled back down to 14, and that was where we had initially pulled back down yesterday and then broke down a little further. Had someone looking for a buy at 12, that wouldn't have happened today. If somebody had held on to this move, this pullback, and gone even higher, then they went from 8 to maybe 19, and then as 11R with a $100 risk. So that kind of trade is what we were waiting for to see on a daily. Some of these bigger moves, and I think we're going to see some more of them. This is the first time we've seen a little bit of a larger candle on the daily since, some of these other ones back here, these bullish candles. And I think there'll be some people jumping in saying, oh, this is confirmed, and there'll be some bigger candles bullish, and may continue up into that 1770 price, and then a bigger pullback into the 21 in the next couple weeks, maybe even the next week, because it seems like it needs to rest a little bit more before this really continues that much. But we'll see what happens. And then on the put, could have bought a put down here at this level. This is the 1700 put, getting in at maybe 9 with a stop at 8 when it made this. I'll zoom right in on the day when it threw these wicks up and then rolled over from this price. Had you waited for the breakdown of that candle, that would have been probably buying at like 925 or 950 with a stop down at 8. Could have been done, not with $100 risk, obviously a little bit larger, but 950, then to 11 to 1250, that's 2R, that's up here, and then to 1450. Did I do that right? 950 plus 150 is 11 to 1250, and then 1250 to 14. Yeah, so that could have been 3R on a bearish move with the puts, and then you would have been looking to flip that based on just buying down here or looking for a place to buy, looking at this as a double bottom, some indecision here. Have you been buying on this candle or this candle for the breakout? That's at 945 on the call. 945 on the call would have been right here. Could have been getting in 8x7 again here, and a little bit of a move up into 10, or held all through that, and then been in on that kind of rally. So hope you made some money on this today. We'll continue to take a look at it every day. This is Justin AMZN. Thanks.